I tricked it. So what we're looking at here is I want to test out if I can do these YouTube videos, and let's get started. So I'm going to be teaching you how to make this Dark Angels color scheme on the armor. I'm not going to be doing any iconography, just the actual armor color scheme. Um, so that's a pretty dark green, and we're going to want to start with the zenithal highlight. I do the zenithal highlight because I like to envision the way the light is falling on the model. I don't actually think it adds very much information to the final product, mostly because I tend to use pretty thick paints. I use Vallejo paints primarily, and I don't really see a lot of results coming from a zenithal in the final product, other than informational. Now that lighting information could be very useful if you're using something like contrast paints, or if you have a little bit more patient time painting. So you're going to want to start with a zenithal, and here we have an incursor, just a space marine as an example. So we're going to start with the Vallejo model color German extra dark green. It's part of their Panzer Elite line. Panzer series. So you could go ahead and get that all over the model, and you just want a pretty standard coat all over it. And it looks pretty far from the final product right here, which is why I was so surprised this technique actually works pretty well. So here we have a heavy intercessor, went ahead and got him covered up. Next, you're going to want this light green. I have this paint, and you go ahead and dry brush it all over the model, and it actually changes I find that it changes the way that the darker green is perceived. I've always found that this particular dark green tends to read as gray in most situations, but once you add this lighter green, it gives your eye somewhere to actually draw contrast from. And this isn't necessarily a traditional highlight in terms of lighting information. This is more of I guess, an accent highlight, like an edge highlight all over the model. And dry brushing for this makes it so much easier. I don't really have the patience to edge highlight manually with a brush, and this is a lot better for me. So anyway, this was a test of whether or not I could do voiceover and actually film one of these videos. It's interesting. Let me know if you liked it. I have some ideas. So, all right. Thank you for sitting through this with me. I appreciate it.